Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to Frightener22's Saturday Night Movie Drive-In. Since the holidays are upon us, I thought it was a real no-brainer for me to bust out one of my favorite all-time holiday slashers ever, and that, of course, is Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984. And actually, since the first, I believe it's the first episode that I ever did of Saturday Night Movie Drive-In where I reviewed Motel Hell, I saw a lot of people actually comment that they wanted to see this review, and I didn't comment on any of those because I knew that I was doing it closer to the holidays. So, lo and behold, guys, here is the review of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, just to, hip all those fuckers that haven't actually seen this kick-ass slasher, the story kind of goes like this. It deals with this, this really happy-go-lucky, all-American family driving through the countryside to go to their grandparents' house. It's a husband, wife, and their two kids, this one kid, Billy, and then a baby in the back. And early on in the film, you see that this, deranged, Santa Claus is holding up a drug, a 7-Eleven, and then he's, killing the guy behind the counter, stealing the money and whatnot, and then he makes a run for it. And then, as this family is riding along on the countryside, they see that this, this Santa Claus has quote-unquote broken down, or whatever you want to call it, and the family stops to help the Santa Claus out, because what the hell, it's Christmas Eve, how can anybody go wrong? How can you go wrong helping somebody out, especially in a fucking Santa Claus costume? Well, evidently you can go really fucking wrong, because this Santa Claus not only rapes the wife and, rips her shirt off and flashes her tits and stuff, he kills the father by shooting him, and then he slices the mother's neck, all while the young kid, Billy, escapes to safety. So we flash forward and we see the kid, Billy, in an orphanage, and he's just really treated really fucked up by, the head nun there, who's a major fucking cunt in this whole movie. Fucking hate her from the second you see her, and you just really hope she dies throughout the whole movie. But she just treats him really badly, just saying, that he's naughty and stuff, when he's really, really not that bad. I mean, he's drawing all these fucked up pictures just based on, the horrific images that he had seen as a kid. So, it's really obvious. There's a younger nun there that kind of understands and is really trying to help Billy, but the older bitch is just such a fucking asshole that she's just ruining this kid and is really just a major contributor to making him even more fucked up. So the movie all in all has this really, really cool slow build-up where this early on, you have this really horrific image, in the beginning of witnessing this kid seeing his parents brutally, raped and murdered and what have you. So you know right from the get-go that what you're getting into. And this kid is just severely demented right from the beginning. But like I said, it's this really, really cool, slow build-up that, a lot of the slashers are missing. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this is one of my favorite holiday slashers, and actually slashers in general, because it had been a few years since I had popped this out. As you can see, I'm actually checking out the uncut, uncensored DVD that's now currently out of print, but I hadn't checked this movie out in a few years, so for the sake of this review and considering the time, I thought it was fitting to check it out. And I was really surprised at just how well just how much backstory and just how much you actually got in the head of this the character Billy. So I thought that was really, really cool to see in a slasher, that they actually devoted so much time into the build-up and stuff. It wasn't just simply a bad event and you kind of get into these lame brain teenagers, which is all fine and dandy and all the slashers, but this one really sets itself aside from the others because it just devotes that time, and it's not within the first 15 minutes you already see POV shots of this guy stalking kids that are all doped up on drugs and having sex and whatever. It's just this kid's fucked up experiences of seeing his parents murdered, then bad experiences in the orphanage, and then finally you jump to him as an 18-year-old, and that younger nun that I had spoken about before is cool enough and gets him a job, this local job at Iris Toys. So he gets there, and unfortunately for him, they ask him, because since he's the only one that's seems like he's the newer guy in the block, they're going to make him be the Santa Claus for the store. So that is just really what fucks him up completely. I mean, he goes ballistic, because once he puts on that Santa outfit, he just gets completely subjected back to the events that he never truly dealt with as a child. So he just completely loses it. So from there, Billy, dressed up in the Santa costume, just kind of wrecks havoc on all of his employees that were sharing an after hours Christmas party with him at Ira's Toys. And coincidentally, the cool thing about this that I hadn't realized until I checked out again is that the actual owner of the store, Ira, it's actually the dad, Anthony Michael Hall's dad from Weird Science, and that was cool. I couldn't recall ever seeing him in anything but Weird Science, so it's really cool to see that he was in slasher as great as Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, obviously, back to the film, Billy just kind of goes crazy, and he just does fucking ballistic things. I mean, if you have the uncut and uncensored version, it's really cool. I mean, he just fucking goes crazy. He strangles one asshole with Christmas lights, which is so well-deserved because he saves this chick from nearly getting raped, and then the bitch has, like, the audacity to ask him, like, what did he do? Like, how could you have done that? Typical asshole move, like, he just saved your life, but you're gonna question. So, of course, Billy, like, takes it upon himself to just fuck this chick up completely. Totally deserved. Fuck her. So, after that, he pretty much, annihilates everybody else in the store and kind of just makes, a run to it. And, the cops can't catch him because there's just, it's Christmas Eve, it's into Christmas Day, so there's Santa Clauses all over. They don't know who's who and whatever. So, the nun, with the help of a detective, pretty much, come to the realization that he's going to go back to the orphanage that he was in as a kid to kind of pretty much, give that old nun bitch, a taste of her own medicine for everything that everything that she put him through as a kid. So it's really cool. He breaks into the orphanage. He takes care of a fucking cop that was supposed to be on duty there, fucks his shit up completely, an axe right to the chest, totally fucking deserved. Awesome kill. This cop goes like, gets stabbed with the fucking, like, knocked over with the axe, and he just goes plummeting down this, like, basement area. Fucking super kill. And then, Billy breaks into the orphanage. This, like, little brat, like, opens the door because she thinks it's the real Santa Claus. So she opens the door, and it's, like, this final confrontation. So the whole fucking time, I'm like, yes, Billy, fuck this nun up, like, she fucked you over so much. So, of course, it's that shot of, like, Billy with the axe trying to come down on the nun, and, of course, the detective and the younger nun come in the nick of time and pretty much, end his shit. But it's cool, what you don't realize until, like, the last act is that the baby that was in the car way back, his brother, is actually still a survivor, too. So he's much younger, and he is a much better, a much more well-adjusted kid than his brother, and the older bitch nun really, enjoys his company and kept saying that he's nothing like his older brother Billy. So once the cops, like, gun down Billy, and the nun just kind of looks at him, you just have this, like, shot on his younger brother where he just says naughty. So it's like the perfect setup for a sequel. I thought that was just so fucking awesome, because, like, I almost forgot that happened. I knew something like that happened, but to see that and to, like, be so invested in this slasher and see it end like that, it's such a fucking cool ass ending to this awesome slasher. I fucking love it. It's so good. I mean, it's just as, like, satisfying as, like, the ending to Halloween, but only it's, like, dealing with Christmas. It's so friggin' solid. So, as you can see, this is just an awesome, like, quintessential slasher that all you guys really, really just need to see. And, sorry, my hat's falling off a little bit. It's a little fucking chilly in here. It's winter time. What do you want from me? So, it's really a really great holiday slasher. I know many of you guys would probably remember that back in the 80s, women were picketing and saying that it was wrong for Santa Claus to be shown as an axe-wielding murderer, but I say, fuck all that, because this movie rules. You guys need to bust this out for the Christmas season. I know you have, Home Alone, A Christmas Story, all those great, jolly Christmas films that are great to watch and stuff, but if you guys are really fiending for something bloody and awesome, bust out one of the best slashers from the heyday of slashers, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I know you guys will not be disappointed. It is just a fucking great, awesome holiday fun time. Check it out. As always, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Comment, subscribe, all that fun shit, and I will be back, sooner than you guys can think for yet another installment of Frightener 22's Saturday Night Movie Drive-In. Happy holidays, all you fuckers.